computer says, look, I know all of that prayer already. So we use Hooponopono as the trigger point. So whenever you say, Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son as one, I wish to do a Hooponopono between myself and John Doe and myself. Sever, cut, and transmute. Now the word transmute. All these unwanted negative memories, blocks, vibrations, and energies to pure light. It is done. It's completely finished at that moment. And it is done. This one, you're doing it to program. Like when you have a computer, you program it. You put all the information you need into the program. But some people's computers are not as apt to absorb it rapidly because you are reconditioning your cells. So many of us have had to go, we're Catholics, Mormons, Buddhists, Shintoists, whatever we are. We have certain affirmations to do, certain mantras to do. So we've been conditioned that way, and to kind of go into this is a little difficult for some. So I say if you do this 4 times, you should have programmed it into your computer so that all you do, Hooponopono, it pulls out the ticker, Hooponopono, between who and who, Mr. John Doe and Mary Jane and John Doe.
Thank you for joining me. What powerful words by the teacher, respected elder Morrnah Simeona. All right, in the last video, we left off reciting and clearing ourselves of any karmic involvement, then reciting the prayer created for the Aquarian age by Morrnah, I am the I. And I just want to circle back just a bit and review this. When we sever, cut, and release, whether we're doing this cleansing of Hooponopono for ourselves or for another person, this is only a proposal for complete balance and harmony. We are to let go of our desires and what we want, as this is a calibration to the divine. And Morrnah notes under the 9th step that your Amakua, or your higher self, will be the determining factor of whether full transmutation occurs. Because if there is a karmic debt, then there is a different route perhaps. For example, I was very ill many years ago, and without that happening, this discovery of Morrnah's work would not be possible. So suffering for me was essential to my path, and each of us have different patterns of light that must be illuminated differently. Morrnah also mentions how we have mantras and affirmations to further program and recondition ourselves, but first we need to have our heart and mind in coherence with the divine. And in a previous video, I attempted to shed light on this about the 4 phrases, and I got a bit of backlash. And this is one of the purposes for a yogi or a teacher like Morrnah, who can correct or set up our GPS first before you head out in the wrong direction. If you are reciting I love you over and over, but your idea of love is only with some sort of conditions or expectations or something in return, then this is not the purest form that Morrnah is speaking of, that the divine, that we require when it comes to the divine. So speaking of corrections, I also have made a huge error, and I'm grateful for this community. 2 people have brought it to my attention that my breathing tutorial is wrong. Everything I create is somewhat unplanned. So far I've been going off the guidance of the people, and I am grateful for this, the awareness, and to share mistakes. And I have such an amazing group of people sharing here, and I'm really, truly thankful. Thankful for everyone contributing. So thank you. And I will most likely delete those 2 videos and redo them. The error is in the breathing uptake. And I think I said that your belly will protrude out. So today we have a chance to correct this, as we have arrived at our step number 11, the ha breathing again. And I know Hew had been doing 10 rounds, but the elders and Morrnah have spoken. 7 is the number that represents the divine. which is what Morrnah has always taught. So the correction is on the intake. As you pull in divine air, your pico, your belly should expand slightly. Some sages say not to overly focus on the belly for this particular routine because for the ha, it is about being balanced, and that takes place in the heart. So we want to expand the lungs as well. So we're going to breathe in for 7, hold for 7, release for 7 counts, hold for 7, and that's considered one whole round. For the absolute, for the undefinable pure, and acknowledging our amakuas, our spirit guides, our teachers. When I first set out on this path, I had no idea what right relationship was. Matter of fact, I thought that meant with other beings, but this is also an occult and considered a universal spiritual practice to have right relationship. You are holding the utmost respect for our Creator, for your creation, for your position here, for the things you have to do in this experience. Right relationship is not only about our brothers and sisters, it's about the relationship we have with money, objects, Mother Nature, the cosmos, all things divinity has brought into our experience. When I started to understand this, it became rather easy to make any decision, especially about money, because money is energy. When we treat it properly, it will begin to flow to you and you'll no longer chase it or chase anything. Everything will just be in flow, in harmony with the divine. And lastly, holding respect for any gifts of the divine. Yes, honey. Knowing this teaching and any other wisdom that you are given cannot be sold. It is an unwritten rule, so to speak. So the 12 steps eventually became 14. She added a page for jotting down people's names or locations when you may do Hooponopono for others. And remember, step 5 is generally what Morrnah began doing as a routine prayer before heading out into the day or starting your day at a job or at a new job. And I will leave you with this. May the I continually bless all involved in the Hooponopono process as we are set free and it is done. We are now in the Divine Creator's embrace. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.